Hi, friends. I hope you are all doing well. I hope that you are happy and healthy and enjoying this extra time that we get to have at home. For our lesson today, you're going to need to make sure that you have your writer's notebook and access to the lesson links page. So if you need to get those materials ready, go ahead and pause the video and then rejoin us when you're ready to go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do today, I'm going to ask you to do three things. The first thing I'm going to have you do is close your eyes. Second is listen. And third is imagine. So go ahead and close your eyes, listen to what I'm saying, and imagine it. Your mom makes two new desserts. You take a bite out of the first one. It tastes like you were eating dirt out of the garden. Do you continue to eat that? You then take a bite of the second dessert. This one tastes like the best thing you have ever eaten. Warm, gooey chocolate with ice cream on the side. Do you keep eating that? Go ahead and open your eyes and think about the images that you just created in your brain. For me, I would not continue to eat the first one. The first one tasted like dirt. Why would you keep eating that? The second one, I would continue to eat. Because who wouldn't want to eat warm, gooey chocolate with ice cream on the side? Maybe if you don't like chocolate. But how does this connect to what we're learning today? Well, when you took a bite of that dessert that your mom made, the one bite you took decided whether or not you were going to continue eating that dessert or not. And that's very similar to when a reader is reading writing. So when a reader reads the first paragraph, they're reading it, and if they don't enjoy the very beginning, they're probably gonna be like, I don't want to keep reading that. But if they do really enjoy that beginning, that first bite of your writing, then they're going to continue to read it. So you want to make sure that when you are writing, you give it the best first bite that you can. So today, we are going to continue working on our narrative writings, but specifically, we are going to work on creating a strong a good first bite. So, our objective today is I can write a strong beginning paragraph for my narrative writing. Will you go ahead and read that with me, please? I can write a strong beginning paragraph for my narrative writing. So, this first paragraph that we are going to look at is a paragraph that I chose to begin my writing with, my own narrative. Um, and so I'm just going to go ahead and read it to you first, and then we'll discuss. It says, on the Thursday before spring break, I woke up to see I had 10 text messages from my parents telling me that I need to come home right after class on Friday. Why? What could be so important? Now, when I was writing this, I had two things in mind. And I hope that when you were listening to me read it, you saw those two things, or at least can make those connections when we talk about them. The first one is that this paragraph is based on setting. So we know that this happened the Thursday before spring break and also in the morning. Within the text, those clues came out to us. It also kind of leaves you hanging. If I didn't write this, I would be like, well, what was so important? And then it would make me want to read more. So my first bite of my writing is this paragraph. And I believe that it is a strong paragraph that hooks the reader in to continue reading my writing. So when you are writing your paragraph, you might want to think about these things, like the clues of the setting that you can put in that paragraph, and also leaving you hanging enough. A couple weeks ago, we talked about hook sentences. Well, a beginning paragraph, a first bite paragraph, is very similar to a hook sentence. The only difference is a hook sentence is one sentence for a paragraph, where now it's a hook paragraph kind of for a whole story. Yesterday, we began planning for our own class story. When we were learning about planning, there were four things we had to consider. The first one was our topic. And then within our story, there are 3 main parts that every writing has, which is beginning, middle, and end. So we chose our topic, which was the first day of school. The first day of second grade, way back in August, when all of us showed up to school together for the very first time. So that's what our story is going to be about. And then we dove deeper and started planning the smaller pieces within the story, the beginning, the middle, and the end. So this is the planning that we came up with yesterday. The beginning was going to be about showing up to school and the feelings that we felt when we got there or on our way there. The middle is going to be talking about how happy we were, that we were finally getting to be with our new classmates, or maybe even the extra recess that you guys got that day. That could be fun. And then the ending is going to be about the excitement that we felt on that day, looking forward to the whole rest of the year together. So, what are we working on today, though? Just the beginning, just that first bite of your writing. So, our first bite is going to be about showing up to school and the feelings that we felt. So, here are some questions that I wrote up to help you guys think really deep into what might you include in this paragraph. What time was it? Where were you? How did you feel? What emotions were you feeling? What was your favorite part? Who brought you to school? And how can you make it so the readers want to keep reading your writing? Now, those are just some ideas of things to include. You probably can't include them all in your beginning, in your first paragraph, but you can tie parts of them in. Remember, today we are really going to focus on a setting beginning. So you're going to set the story by developing the setting, which the setting is like the time and the place. Now, you want to make it more in depth than just, it was 8 o'clock, or I was in the car. You want to really still build those good, strong sentences, but you want to include some of those pieces to really kind of hook the reader in to continue to read your story. So, this is a part that we're going to work on together now. So this is what I have drafted up a few sentences for our beginning, and this is what they are. Wow, the day was here. Before I knew it, the bell rang and 23 new friends came into the classroom. I was feeling a flood of different emotions that morning. Now, those sentences don't make a whole paragraph yet. It's just a little tidbit of it. So what I would like you guys to do is pause the video, transfer these sentences that I have already created into your writer's notebook, and add a couple more to complete the paragraph. So copy these over to your writer's notebook, complete the paragraph, and then join us again. All right, I am so excited to read through all of your completed first paragraphs for our class story. Now, I'm going to read you my finished paragraph. It says, wow, the day was here. Before I knew it, the bell rang and 23 new friends came into the classroom. I was feeling a flood of different emotions that morning. The classroom was suddenly filled with laughter and chatter. Oh boy, how is this day going to go? Now, that's just my paragraph. Yours might look completely different, and I kind of hope it does. Remember, writing is unique to you. So no two writings are going to look identical because your writing are your words that you decided to put onto paper. So it is completely okay that your paragraph is different than my paragraph. And I'm so excited to read your unique writing that you completed this paragraph with. Now it is your turn, and solely your turn. So there are 4 steps to this part. The first one is pause the video. The second is set a timer for 10 minutes. Third, write your narrative story in your writer's notebook. Only the beginning, only the first bite paragraph, and then resume the video. So one more time, you're going to pause the video, set a timer for 10 minutes, write the whole 10 minutes just focusing on your beginning of your narrative story, and then resume the video. Okay, so the last thing that we're going to do in class today are these two things. The first one is I want you guys to whisper into your hand why the beginning is so important. So everyone take a moment to whisper in your hand why the beginning is so important. Okay, now on the links page, there is a Padlet attached. And I would like you guys to go into the Padlet and create an entry for everyone to see that answers that. So I want you to type out exactly what you thought of when you whispered into your hand why the beginning is so important. And then you can even look through your classmates' ideas as well to help you really gain a strong understanding of why it is so important. The very last thing I would like you to do, which is kind of your homework, is to read your beginning to someone in your home, preferably someone older than you, but if not, that's okay. And then I want you to explain to them why you wrote what you did and why you wrote it the way that you did, and ask for their feedback. Now, something to consider when you're asking for their feedback, we don't want to change your beginning. Nope, just have suggestions for things to add or maybe take out. But I want you to keep your idea what is like the main point of your beginning. We're not going to change your whole beginning. We're just going to have them read through it and maybe give a couple suggestions. I had so much fun learning with you guys today, and I hope that you guys enjoyed writing your beginning or your first bite of your writing. I cannot wait to read all of them, and I hope you are doing well. Reach out to me if you have any questions at all.